mother's name. The second one was the worshipper 𝗟𝗬𝗟. 𝗟𝗬𝗟 was a worshipper of Bani Israel who would worship Allah, and his mother called him to come and to serve her, to do some housework. And 𝗟𝗬𝗟 said, I'm too busy in my worship of Allah. She made dua to Allah, she supplicated to Allah that he would not die until he met the adulteress. He didn't know what that meant. Allah answered her dua, sent an adulteress to 𝗟𝗬𝗟 holding a baby, saying that that's the father of this child. And then Allah inspired the baby to speak in defense of 𝗟𝗟𝗟 and say, actually, that's not the father. So Allah both answered the dua of the mother while still honoring the worship of that man. So it cleared a slander. The third time, and this is a hadith in Bukhari, as I said, from Abu Hurairah. It's a very powerful story. The Prophet ﷺ said, a lady from Bani Israel, so all three times from the children of Israel. And the Prophet ﷺ said, حَدِّثُوا عَنْ بَنِي إِسْرَائِيلَ فَإِنَّ فِيهِمُ الْعَجَائِبِ. Strange things used to happen to the children of Israel, so you should recount those stories. That there was a lady from Bani Israel that was nursing her child when a handsome rider passed by her. And as she's nursing her child and that handsome rider passed by her, she said, oh Allah, make my child like that man. She looked at that man riding by, a stallion, a knight, and said, oh Allah, make my child like that man. The child spoke and said, Allahumma la taj'alni mithlahu. Oh Allah, don't make me like that man. So then he went back to suckling from his mother. Then another, this woman is, she's a slave, she's downtrodden, she is one of the outcasts of society. Another person walks by, and this person is humiliated. He doesn't look as brave and courageous as the other rider. He doesn't have those characteristics. And as this woman is holding this child of hers, and then the child sees a slave girl. So I'm sorry, it's not a man actually. This time it's a woman. Sees a slave girl. The child, she sees that slave girl and she says, oh Allah, don't make my child like that slave girl. Like, for some reason the child spoke and didn't want to be this great warrior or stallion. So don't make my child like that slave girl. And then the child said, Allahumma ja'alni mithlaha. Oh Allah, make me like her. Because she was a righteous woman. And when she asked why, the child responded, 𝗟𝗚𝗞𝗘 جَبَّارًا مِنَ الْجَبَابِرَ, that the one who was riding, the knight, is an arrogant man. He's one of the tyrants amongst the tyrants. وَالْأَمَةُ يَقُولُونَ لَهَا سَرَقْتِ زَنَيْتِ